Welcome everyone to this yoga flow yoga practice. So we're going to be working on our centers. So through our hearts, but also the center of our bodies and how that relates to our mat, but also how that might relate to what's going on in our life. So maybe bringing some stability into ourselves. So I encourage you to use whatever supports that you need. So if you like to get blankets or bolsters or chairs or the wall, if you want to use anything to help to support you, please do so. This practice is about being kind to yourself and honoring yourself. And so if anything doesn't feel good that we're doing or practicing, adjust it so that to make it your own. Okay, so if you need to modify something that we're doing and make it so that it feels better in your body, please do so. Okay, so we're going to come into a comfortable seat. So support yourself as much as you can. And any kind of seat, so your legs can be extended if you like, or you can be sitting in a crisscross position or on your knees or whatever feels comfortable to you. Okay, and we're going to lengthen through our spines, soften our shoulders, and then just rest your hands on your thighs and go ahead and close your eyes. And we're just going to do a little check-in with ourselves. So check in and notice, ask yourself, how am I feeling today? How am I feeling? Do I feel warm? Do I feel cold? Do I have some pain? Do I feel content? And then whatever feelings might be coming up, do I feel angry? Do I feel anxious? Do I feel happy, frustrated, sad, calm? Whatever it may be, it is. So just notice all those kinds of things. And then let go of the self for a moment and just notice the space that you're in. So notice how it feels in this space. Maybe you can visualize, without opening your eyes, noticing the ceiling above you, noticing the walls all around you, and maybe even without opening your eyes and looking, noticing what's going on outside your windows. So outside of your house or wherever you are, what's going on out there? You might be able to hear something, maybe sense something. Just be aware of that. And then bring your attention to your ears and really listen. What do you hear? Maybe you can detect something that's far, far, far away, or maybe outside your home. And then start to pick up on other little sounds that are in the space that you're in. Maybe you can even be aware of the beating of your heart now. Maybe you can hear it. Maybe you can hear some gurgling in your tummy. And just start to notice different things. And then bring your attention now to the body that's sitting on your mat. And noticing the support underneath your body, how you feel supported. Notice how much weight you're putting into your buttocks or whatever parts of your body are touching your mat. And noticing if you are fully supported and balanced in that body. Okay, so finding a really nice stable base. This is our root, this is our foundation. And we can talk a lot about different places where we feel safe in our homes. Maybe in this room that you're in, you feel safe. But we also want to feel safe in our bodies. Safe and supported. So hopefully you all do. And then feeling safe and supported is also about finding the balance. So finding the balance in your body as it sits on the ground. And then see if you can find your center. And really, actually, what does your center mean to you? You might feel it in your seat. Perhaps you might feel it in your heart. Maybe you feel it in your spinal column. Maybe you feel your center all throughout your body. So pay attention to that center for a moment. Just noticing what it feels like. And then begin to do a little body scan. So start checking out your whole body. So noticing any sensations that are coming and going, any strong sensations, any subtle sensations. Some are probably going to feel quite strong. Others are going to be like little whispers. So we're not going to spend too much time on those. We're just going to go move from one sensation to another sensation. Just noting them down, being aware. And then you're going to start to pay attention to the way that you're breathing. And normally when I say that, people start to change their way they're breathing. So to probably try not to change the way you're breathing. Just breathe and be aware of it. Noticing your inhales, noticing your exhales. Notice where the breath is coming from and where the breath is going. And when we breathe, we have a muscle right underneath our rib cage called a diaphragm. And this diaphragm is like a dome shape. And it sits right underneath that lower rib cage. And when we breathe in, it kind of flattens itself out and it kind of pushes down, and it pushes down all the organs and kind of makes them bulge out through our bellies to give us a lot more room for our lungs to expand. And as we exhale, that dome, that diaphragm, it moves upwards and it starts to squeeze the lungs. And it pulls the abdomen in. And so we're able to expel all the air out of our lungs. So see if you can bring your awareness to that diaphragm. Maybe you can feel it, or maybe just visualize it in your mind, having it go up and down as you breathe. Don't overthink it. Don't struggle with this. Just be aware of it. If you like, you can even bring your hands to your abdomen or maybe just your low ribs, and just maybe you can feel it as you breathe. Okay, allow that breath to get a little bit deeper, a little bit slower, and then we're going to move our hands to the sides of our bodies. So the side ribs, the lower ribs. Bring your hands there. Try to relax the shoulders, your elbows are bent. And then feel the sides of your body moving out and in as you breathe. Allow that breath to get a little bit deeper, a little bit slower, a little bit fuller. So finding a really nice rhythm to your breath. Okay, on your next inhalation, we're gonna bring the arms up. Feel as if you're expanding right through the sides of your body as you breathe in. And then exhale, squeeze the belly in, squeeze those lungs as the arms come all the way down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift up, expand through the sides of the body. Really try to push that belly out, getting all the air into your lungs as much as possible. And then exhale, squeeze it all out. Feel yourself squeezing. Okay, again, we're not struggling with this, so just be gentle yourself. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms come up, expand. And then exhale, bring it down. Maybe you can even notice that diaphragm moving back up. Good. Let's bring our hands again to our thighs. And we're going to do some cows and cats. So we're going to push the chest forwards. And let's think about having that rib cage, those lungs kind of flaring themselves out as you breathe in. And as you exhale, we're going to push the back away from us, drawing the abdomen in. And let's think about our pelvic floor coming up. So inhale, pushing the chest forward, opening up through the chest, allowing the lungs and the rib cage to flare outwards. And then exhale, push backwards, allowing the abdomen to come in and the pelvic floor to go up. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, open into your cow. And then exhale, push back into your cat. Okay, this time we're going to inhale our cow, but let's bring our arms up into cactus arms. Spreading those fingers. And let's see if we can draw those elbows back and squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. And then exhale, we're going to round out and bring the arms in front of us. Okay, inhale, open. Exhale, round. Bringing that abdomen inwards. Inhale, open, breathing in. Flare those lungs out. And exhale, round. Pelvic floor comes up. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, come right back to center. If you have your eyes open, close your eyes again. Resume your breathing. Bring your awareness to it and just notice how you feel. Let's take a moment here. See if you can bring yourself back to your center, wherever your center is. Maybe your center changed. Okay, let's open up the eyes. If you have one of your legs in front of the other, let's switch the legs around. Coming into a seat in the other direction. Might feel really, really awkward. That's perfectly fine. We're going to inhale the arms up. Feel our center here. Feel the center from the tips of your fingers going all the way down through your head, through your face, right through your nose, through in between your lips, down your neck, down, all the way down your spine into the ground. I'm going to take that left hand, plunk it down right by your left hip, and do a little side bend over towards that left side. Okay, reaching it over, and we're going to stretch and reach that right arm. And just noticing where your center is here. Do you feel supported here? If you don't, adjust yourself so that you do. Don't tip over. Inhale, lift yourself all the way back up. Reach up as high as you can. Find your center again. Maybe relax your shoulders a little bit more. Relax your face. And then we're going to lean over towards that right side. Right hand comes down by the hip. And you're going to stretch right over towards that right side. Stretching and reaching over, finding your center on this side. Hold it here. Again, feel yourself totally supported on this side of the body. And then inhale, lift yourself back up, find your center here. We're gonna go one more time over towards that left side. Take that left hand, plant it down, over towards that side, hold it here. This time, take your breath and move it to that right side. Feel yourself breathing through the right side of your lungs. Keeping yourself supported. Breathe, find your center. Feel the breath coming out the right side of the lungs. Okay, and then inhale, lift yourself back up again. Reach up as high as you can. And then last time over towards the right side, right hand drops down. Support yourself here, reach. And then bring your attention to breathing through the left side of your body, the left side of your lungs. Feeling them spread out, expand out as you breathe. Okay, inhale, lift yourself all the way back up. And then exhale, bring your hands all the way back down. Good. Take a moment here, close your eyes again, place your hands on your legs. Just take a moment. Just be aware. Be aware of the support. How you're rooting down, noticing your breath. And see if you can find your center again. Okay, open up your eyes and you're going to come into a tabletop. So if tabletop doesn't work for you on your hands and knees, then you're going to come up and stand up, and you're going to maybe hang on to a wall or a table or a chair. Okay, so that's options for you. Okay, so we're going to plant our hands down onto the ground or onto a table or a chair. Okay, and we're going to find our balance here in our table pose. Okay, so just notice what parts of your body are touching something. So it might be the ground, it might be a table, it might be your chairs. So feel yourself supported here. So again, in this pose, see if you can find your center. Where is your center? And then direct your breath from that place and just breathe through there. So that might be through your spine, that might be through your heart, that might be right through, bisecting yourself right through your entire body. That might be your center. So find that. Also find your balance. So put in the same amount of weight into every part of your body that's touching something. Okay, and then we're going to start to move. So we're going to move forward and back here. So if you're holding on to a chair, you're just going to move yourself forward or back, or if you're holding on to a table, you're just moving yourself forward and back. And we're going to move with our breath, forward and back. So as you move forward, we're going to breathe in. Think about opening up through the chest. And as we move back, think about exhaling. You can move back as far as you want. Okay, so moving forward and back. If you're hanging onto a table or chair, you're going to do exactly the same thing. You're just going to move forward and back. It's almost like shifting the weight. And then you're going to feel different sensations here. Okay, and then we're going to come to center. So bring yourself to a place where you feel totally balanced through your whole body. And we're going to take our right hand and we're going to lift it up. So lift it up anywhere, just as long as it's up, floating in the air, and you're supported now by one hand and 2 feet. And again, find your balance, find your support, find your foundation, find your center. Just lifting up one arm might have thrown you off center. So find a place where you can balance. Okay, bring that hand down and then do the same thing with the left hand. So press into your right hand and both feet, bring your left arm up. You might feel totally different on this side of the body. Make sure you're breathing, don't hold your breath. Notice if you did hold your breath. There's a tendency when we get into a stressful situation to hold your breath. So try not to hold your breath. Okay, and then bring that hand down. Okay, let's go forward and back a couple times. And then come back to center. Pick up your right hand, lift it up. And then if you can, maybe pick up your left leg and lift it up. If you're holding on through to a table or a chair, just investigate, be a little curious and see what parts of your body you can lift up. Take a couple breaths here, finding the balance here. Make sure you breathe, find your center. How can you find balance here? Okay, and then bring down that leg, bring down that arm. Stay here for a moment, noticing the different sensations that might be going through your body. And again, we're going to go forward and back a couple of times. And we'll do the same thing over on the other side. Okay, so coming back to your table, lift up your left arm, find your balance there, and then lift up your opposite leg. So your right leg comes up. And again, this might not work for you, might only lift up one part of the body. If you are, just imagine that you're lifting up the other part of your body. The imagination is a really, really strong tool that we can use. So make sure you're breathing here. Notice the different sensations going on around you. Okay, and then bring that hand and that leg down. Hold it here for a moment, noticing all the different things that are happening in your body. Take a couple of breaths here, noticing if your heart is beating, if you're breathing, how full are those breaths. Okay, and then you have the choice of either coming up into a bear pose, so it's kind of like sticking your bum up in the air, or coming into a downward dog pose, okay? Or if you're holding onto a table or chair, you're just kind of sticking your butt out and up in the air. So you're supporting yourself on 2 hands and 2 feet, but no knees. So find yourself in that position, okay? So either in a bear position or a downward dog position. Okay, find your center here. Find your support, find your breath. Okay, and then wherever you are, you're gonna walk your feet towards your hands or your hands towards your feet, coming into a forward fold. And just allow yourself to hang here. And again, if you need to hang on to something else to feel a little bit more supported, please do so. And just allow yourself to hang. Okay, on your next breath, you're gonna come up halfway. So have a little bit of a bend in your knees. You can hang on to something if you like. And you're going to allow your hips to come back a little bit. So you're bending right from this hip crease right here, where the hips attach to the thighs, okay? You can hang on to something. And then think about having your back level, okay? You might even want to put your hands there, or maybe on your hips to make sure that they're level, okay? Pull in through the body, through the belly. You can have your hands on your thighs, your hands on your shins. You can reach the ground, put your hands on the ground if you want to. But we're working on the knees are bent and the back is level. And then from here, we want to find our center again. Try to have the neck long. So if you're not sure, maybe put your hands on the back of your neck. Make sure there's no wrinkles there. The crown of the head is reaching in front of you. There's going to be a lot of things going on here in this pose. So just take a few moments here, doing whatever you need to do. If you need to come out of it for whatever reason, do that. Hold it here. Notice your breath. Try to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Pull your belly button in. And then on your next breath, you're going to slowly roll yourself up. Slowly roll yourself up. Setting up nice and tall. Bring your arms up into the air. Reach up as high as you possibly can. Bring your hands together. And then reach your arms in front of you. Soften through your shoulders. Root down through both feet. Now find your center. Find your breath. Notice what you notice here. With our arms coming in front of us, you might notice that the lungs aren't able to expand as much in the front. But just take a moment and notice what your back is doing. Notice the expansion through the back of your lungs. Your shoulder blades are sliding away from your spine, opening up just a little bit more. Okay, on your inhale, we're going to open up the arms nice and wide into a T. Draw them back as far as you can without struggling. Soften through your shoulders. Keep rooting down firmly into both feet. And then on your exhale, we're going to bring the arms back. Bringing the hands back together. Okay, I'm going to do that 2 more times. Inhale. And as we're doing this, we're still being observant of our breath and our center. And then also maybe you can be aware of the energy that's moving between these hands as they come together and separate. So bring the hands back together. See if you can notice that energy in between your hands. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale, open. Feel as if it's spreading. You're spreading like there's glue or something and it's making kind of string. You know that silly string that used to be around years ago? And then exhale, bring your hands all the way back. It's almost like a polarity, a resistance here. Good. And then inhale the arms all the way back up again. Above your head, stretching and reaching as high as you possibly can. Good. And then bring the arms down by your sides. Okay, so now we're into mountain pose. Reach the arms out. Palms are facing away from you. Close your eyes. Root down through your full feet. Lift up through your lower ribs. Now bring your awareness back to your breath again. Feeling your lungs expanding as you breathe in, the rib cage flaring out. And as you exhale, the belly drawing in the pelvic floor, moving up as you squeeze out all the air out of your lungs. Think about breathing like that 1 more time as you breathe in and you breathe out. Good. And then inhale, open up your eyes, bring your hands towards your heart. Okay, so finding your center again, we're going to move back and forth into the toes, into the heels. Into the toes, into the heels. 1 more time, into the toes. Maybe we can pause there for a moment. And then go back into the heels. Maybe we can pause there for a moment, finding some balance. And then bring your feet firmly into the ground. Okay. So we're going to shift the weight into the right foot. If you have to hold on to something to do this. And I'm just going to turn sideways here. Okay, so shift the weight into your right foot, standing up nice and tall. You're going to take your left foot and you're going to lift it up. It might just be a little bit. You might just come onto your toe or you might be able to lift that foot up. Your right knee is bent just a little tiny bit, so it's flexible, it's not locked. Standing up nice and tall. Don't hold your breath, breathe in. Take that left leg and reach it all the way back onto the ball of your foot. And you're bending into that right knee. So you're standing up nice and tall here. Then you're going to take those hands, if you can, or maybe it's just one hand, and you're going to reach it all the way up above your head. Finding your balance here, find your center. So finding your security, where you're still stable. You might feel a little wobbly here, that's perfectly fine. Okay, and then on your next breath, you're going to turn that back foot so it's 90 degrees to your front leg. So you're going to bring yourself into warrior two. So your right leg is facing forwards. Your back leg is facing 90 degrees. And your arms are floating away from each other. Your head is right between your shoulders. And you're looking over your right hand. Okay. So again, breathing in, breathing out. Find your center here. Again, where do you feel that? Through your spine, through your heart, where do you feel it? Find your balance equally through both feet. Okay, on your next breath, you're going to bring your hands towards your heart. Okay. And then inhale, you're going to bring your arms back out again. Back to warrior two. Okay, on your exhale again, bring your hands towards your heart. Straighten that front leg. On your inhale, back to warrior two. Arms come out. So think about your lungs expanding. Exhale, hands towards your heart. Straighten that front leg. Equal weight between both legs. One more time. Inhale. Arms out to warrior two. Bend into that knee. Exhale, hands towards your heart. Straighten that front leg. Equal weight between both feet. And then inhale, back to your warrior two. Okay, hold it here. Do a little check-in. Breathe. Notice how your body feels here. And then we're going to pivot that back foot again, coming into our high lunge. So we're going to pivot, 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 pivot. Grab hold of a chair if you need to. The arms are going to come up above your head. Equal weight through that front foot firmly into the ground and the ball of the foot for the left foot. Hold it there. Then bring your hands back to your heart. We're going to take a step forwards and see if we can pause here with the foot lifted. Hold it there. Even if you have to hold onto a chair or a wall to keep yourself stable and supported. And then bring that left foot down. Bring your arms back down, back to your mountain pose. Close your eyes and just do a little check-in here. So mountain pose is a pose of stability and strength. Mountain is invincible. Unmoving. Check in the way that you're breathing. Noticing any feelings or emotions that might be coming up. And then wiggle the toes. Wiggle the toes. And then release the toes back down. Find your center again. Okay. Bring your hands towards your heart. I'm going to shift the weight now into your left foot. I'm going to just turn my body. So into the left foot. The weight is coming. Soften through your shoulders, standing up nice and tall. And you're going to take that right leg and you're just going to reach it up. Might be on your, leave it on your toe, or the foot might be coming up. Find your balance here. Find your center. Find your breath. Notice if you're holding your breath at all here. Your breath should be full and deep. And then take that foot and slowly reach it back. So coming into that high lunge again. You're going to bend into that left knee. Back foot is up onto the ball of the foot. And let's see if we can take those arms and reach them up. And again, maybe we need to hang on to a wall or a chair. That's perfectly fine. Find your balance. This is your practice. Find what works for you. Make sure you're breathing. Okay. And then we're going to pivot that back foot. So the right foot is going to pivot to 90 degrees. Plant it firmly into the ground. And then you're going to bring those arms down. So your body, your torso should be right in between those legs. We shouldn't be leaning forwards or backwards or to the sides. We should be right in the center. Okay, reaching the arms away from each other. And there's a nice bend into that front knee. And you can bring the legs as far apart as you feel comfortable, but make sure you feel grounded and stable through both feet. You want to have the same amount of weight here. You're going to look over that left hand. So notice yourself breathing, pull in through the belly. Nice and stable here. Arms are floating. And then on your next breath, you're going to bring your hands towards your heart. Okay, hold it here. On the next breath, reach the arms out and away from you again, back to our warrior two. And as we exhale, bring the hands again towards your heart. You can turn your head if you like and straighten that front leg. Okay, inhale, reach the arms away, coming back into our warrior two, bend into that left knee. And then exhale, bring your hands towards your heart, straighten that front leg. You can look at your hands if you like to. And then inhale, spread out those arms, bend into that front knee. Exhale, bring your hands again towards your heart, straighten that front leg. Let's do that. One, two. Let's do two more times. Inhale, reach. Feel those ribs flaring out to breathe in. And then exhale, bring your hands close, straighten out that front leg, pull in through the belly, and the pelvic floor goes up. One more time. Inhale, reach out, bend into that front knee, soften through the shoulders. Exhale, hands to your heart, straighten that front leg. And then inhale, reach those arms back out, come back to your warrior two, and stay there. Again, find your center. Notice how you're feeling. Breathe. Okay, and then we're going to do that little pivot again. So if you need to hold on something, hold on. And you're going to pivot that right leg. So you're going to turn. Arms come up, and you're coming into your high lunge. Right foot is right on the ball of the foot. And you're feeling secure on that left foot. Hold it there. And then we're going to take a step forwards. Maybe bring your hands towards your heart. And then we're going to lift that right leg up, finding our balance here. And again, hold on to a wall or a chair if you need to. Find your balance, find your center. And then bring that foot firmly down onto the ground, bringing yourself right back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Close your eyes and do a little check-in. Good. Breathe. Notice feelings, emotions, sensations. Any sensations that might be coming up. Okay, we're gonna walk the feet towards each other. So the toes are gonna connect, okay? And the heels might be just a little bit apart from each other. I'm gonna bring the arms up. And again, if you need to hold on to something, please do. And we're gonna come into a little chair. So as if we're going to sit down into a chair, okay? And we're just going to bring the buttocks down. And we're gonna try to squeeze those knees and thighs together, okay? So here, we can bring our hands towards our heart and we're gonna try to find our center here. So try to push down firmly with both feet, drawing the belly in, softening the shoulders down, away from the ears. And again, you can hold on to something, draw the belly in, maybe even tuck the tailbone a little bit. We don't want to dip here too much. We don't want to have our butt sticking out. We want to have this a little bit more level. So it's just as if you were just about to sit down into a chair. So draw the hips back. Hold it here. We'll take one more breath here. Notice what you're doing with your face, and if you're holding your breath, or if you're not breathing, or you're biting your cheeks, or you're wiggling your tongue around, or you're blinking your eyes, and then inhale and lift yourself all the way up. Stretch yourself up. Wiggle your fingers. And then bring your arms all the way down. We're going to do that one more time. We're going to inhale the arms all the way up. And then exhale. Draw your hips back and sit into a seat, bringing your hands towards your heart. Breathe. This is like to represent a difficult situation. Hold yourself here. Breathe. Okay, this time we're going to move into the toes and into the heels. So maybe just rocking back and forth. Maybe you need to hold on to something again. It's okay, that's not called cheating. Rocking back and forth, holding it here. See if you can find your center. That's what's gonna help to ground you. And then come back firmly into both feet. And then bring yourself all the way up. Arms come up. Wiggle your fingers. And then bring your arms all the way down. Okay, bring your hands onto your hips. Take a few breaths here. Heel toe your feet apart just a little bit. And bend into your knees. And we're gonna make some big circles. So firmly plant your feet. Again, if you need to hold on to something, please do. Moving nice and slow. Being aware of your center. Noticing if anything throws you off. Pay attention to your breath. Now let's go in the opposite direction. Opposite direction. Make sure you're breathing and you're being aware of what's happening at the moment, not thinking about what's going to happen next or what just happened, paying attention to the present. Okay, then the next time we're going towards the front, let's just stay here for a moment. Soften. Just stay here, take a breath or two. Notice how it feels. And then move over towards the side. Find your balance on one side. Hold it there, breathe. Notice what's going on there. Do you feel you're off side, off balance? See if you can find your balance here. And then let's move around to the back. And again, find your balance, find your center. How do you feel? And then last time, over towards the other side. And then take a little pause here. Notice how it feels on this side of the body. I'm putting a lot more weight into that side. Notice how it feels. Can you find the balance there? Can you find your breath? And then let's move back to front and then bring yourself up. Let's give ourselves a nice big stretch and reach. Reach, 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 reach as high as we can. Wiggle our fingers. And then bring your arms all the way down. Good. Okay, we're gonna get down, back down onto your mat. So any way you need to get down, back down there, and we're gonna lay down on our backs. So laying down on the back, we're gonna have our knees bent. Hopefully everyone can see me. Knees are bent. We're just gonna have our arms right down by our sides. Okay, plant both feet firmly. And just notice the ground underneath you. So feel the weight in your head. Feel the weight maybe in your shoulders. Feel the weight in your spine, in your back. Noticing what parts of your back are touching the mat. Some might not be. Notice your buttocks touching the mat and the way your feet are touching the mat. Okay, and then on your next breath in, you're going to start at your tailbone and it's slowly going to move up. And you're slowly going to bring yourself into a half bridge. It might not be very high, coming up onto your shoulders. Don't turn your head. Look up at the ceiling and then slowly roll yourself back down. So you might not go up very high. We just want to feel that movement through the spine. Nice and slow. And then pushing into your feet again and into your hands, you're going to roll yourself back up. See how slow you can go. Being aware and finding your center. Making sure your neck stays long, your head is heavy. Don't turn your head, look up at the ceiling. And then slowly come all the way back down. Rolling nice and slow. You might have to breathe a couple of times to get up and down, depending on how long your breath is. Let's do that one more time. Slowly inhale, roll yourself up. Coming up onto your upper back and shoulders. Keep planting firmly into your feet. And then slowly roll yourself all the way back down again. Noting how everything feels here. And then just stay here for a few moments. Just stay with your back on the ground. Notice if anything has changed with your breath, with your body, maybe even with your perspective. Okay, let's take our right leg and grab it. See if you can grab either on the shin or underneath your thigh, or maybe not. And just bring that leg in towards your body. Just give it a little hug if you can. Maybe do some ankle circles. Maybe one direction, the other direction, and then see if you can lift that leg up. You don't have to have it straight. The knee can be as bent as you like. Try to push your body down onto the ground. Your left leg is still firmly anchored into the ground. The left foot is still anchored. If you'd like to, you can reach that other leg down, but it's not necessary. For now, we're just going to keep that left knee bent. And now from here, we're just going to notice our breath. We're going to notice our balance in this position. And we're also going to notice where our center is. Do we feel supported? Do we feel balanced? You might not. Okay, and then we're going to take that right leg and then we're going to bring it all the way down beside the left foot. Okay, and find yourself planted here. Just notice the difference between both sides of the body. Notice if it feels different. And then we're going to do the same thing with the left leg. So plant that right foot firmly into the ground. Take the left leg and give it a little hug. You might be able to hug a little bit on the shin or underneath the thigh. Do a little ankle circles. And if you can't reach your leg, it doesn't matter. Just do the best you can. And then take that leg and you're going to reach it up. And again, you don't have to have, the knee does not have to be straight. It can be bent. The right leg can be extended if you like, but you don't have to. You can have that knee bent as well. And just hold it here and just notice for a few moments. Try to relax onto your back. We'll just take a few breaths here. See if you can find your center. If you can find the balance in your body. It might be off a little bit. And then take that leg and then bring it all the way back down. And then take a pause here and just notice. Notice if both sides of the body feel the same, if you can feel your center again, if you feel supported. Just notice what you feel. Okay, and then we're going to heel toe the feet apart just a little bit more. You can place your hands on your belly, and we're just going to do windshield wipers. So moving the knees from side to side. And if you feel like it as well, you can move your head in the opposite direction. So side to side. Going nice and slow. So we're not forcing anything. Everything is slow, feeling ourselves breathing, being very gentle with the movements. The next time that your knees are over on the right side, you're just going to drop them down, making any adjustments that you need to make. Maybe the legs need to be a little bit straighter. Maybe you need to hug them in a little bit more. And then you can bring the arms. You can bring the arms out into a T position if you like. Or maybe you want to bring them closer towards your chest or the sides of your body. Entirely up to you. And then you can move your head in any direction that feels comfortable. We're just going to hold this here for just a couple of breaths. Seeing if you can soften yourself here. Maybe release whatever you don't need. Notice where you're gripping. Okay, we'll take one more breath here. And then bring your head back to center if it's not. Bring your legs back to center, back up. Maybe bring your hands right back to your belly again. Take a moment here. And then you can start to move the knees again from side to side. And then they're going to go over towards that left side and they're going to drop down. And again, adjust them. Adjust them so that they're somewhat comfortable. And then bring your arms to wherever they feel good. So by your sides, on your belly, on your heart, into a T or cactus arms, and then move your head in whatever direction feels comfortable as well. You can close your eyes. Notice the way you're breathing. Are you able to find your center here? Do you feel supported? Do you feel grounded? Let's take one more breath here on this side. And then bring your head back to center. Bring your legs back. Find yourself supported up right on your back. Bring your arms down by your body. Take a moment. And then you're going to extend your legs out and bring yourself into Savasana. Now, when your legs are down, if it doesn't feel good for you, you can always keep a bend in your knees. And then bring your arms to wherever it feels comfortable. Palms should be up, but you know what? If that doesn't feel comfortable for you, find a better position. And give yourself this opportunity to just feel like you're melting into your mats. Try not to control anything. Try not to hang on to anything. Just allow yourself to settle. If you need a pillow or something else, or maybe a blanket, do that. Savasana is a time when all that you have practiced, all the benefits of that practice is able to be reabsorbed. Absorbed into your brain, into your muscles, into your cells. It all becomes integrated. So give yourself this opportunity for some stillness and some relaxation. Peacefully bring your awarenesses to all that surrounds you. So notice the space that you're in. Allow your breath to deepen. And then create a little bit of movement back into the body. So wiggle those fingers, wiggle those toes. Move the legs around, the arms around, maybe gently move the head. And then you're going to bring yourself over onto one side in a fetal position. So bending into the knees, rolling over to one side, supporting your head with your arm. Using one of the other arms to support yourself. And then when you're ready, you're going to push yourself back up into a seat. Find yourself in your seat. Close your eyes and see if you can right away find your center, find your stability, your balance, and notice your breath. What do you notice? Were you able to find those right away? Are you still searching? That's okay if you still are. The more we practice doing things, throwing us off center and then bringing us back, the quicker you're going to be able to find your stability, your balance, and your center. The quicker that and the more we practice about bringing our awareness to our breath, the more we're going to find that we're breathing fully and deeper and calmer. But with all good things, it takes practice. Let's take a nice big breath in. Let's bring our arms up, give ourselves a nice big stretch, reach up. Wiggle those fingers. Bring the arms all the way down. Bring them back into our hearts. Bow your head. Take a moment. You can look at your hands if you like, or close your eyes. Soften through your shoulders, soften your face. And just take a moment here just to find that mind and body connection. Feel the breath moving through your body. And then giving yourself gratitude. Gratitude for your amazing body and what it can do. Gratitude for your breath. Gratitude for the space that you're in. Gratitude for your practice. I'm trying to do some improvements on how you breathe, how you move, how you think. Let's finish this practice with one sigh of Om together. So Om is the sound of the universe and the sound that our bodies make. It's a primordial sound. So we're going to take a breath in through the nose, sigh it out. Breathe in for one Om. Namaste. Thanks, everyone.